First off, maybe it's extra income that we're looking for. Potentially some financial security. It'd be great to have that. Many of us looking for more free time, and I could do with some more time to do the things I love to do. Perhaps it's life experiences that we're after. Maybe retirement, planning for retirement, or setting ourselves a legacy. And there's plenty of opportunities to do that out there. Here's a few on screen that perhaps we can look at. Could go and get a second job, one of those options. I'm certainly probably one of those people that's happy enough with one, let alone another one. We could get ourselves promoted. That often is a bit of a challenge too, because someone's got to move out of the way for that to happen. We could win the lottery. That's not very likely, as we probably all know. Or we could inherit some money, which isn't always the best option. And then some of us out there possibly are ready and got a great pension in place already. So not all of us, if that's the case. I know that's the case for me, but there is an alternative, and that's what we're going to cover tonight, is passive income. So we'll introduce you to that in a little while. But before I do that, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about Telecom Plus, which is the company, the holding company behind Utility Warehouse. So a bit of an overview of our parent group. They're listed on the London Stock Exchange. They're a FTSE 250 company, which means they're one of the top 350 companies in the country. So as a multi-utility provider, they're licensed by Ofgem and registered with Ofcom and based up in London. You can see the picture in the background there of their head office up in London. And the rather envious, many companies are envious of that sort of growth curve. You can see the way the business has been growing over the years for the last 10 years or so, to the point now where we're providing some 2.5 million services to our customers. So just to reflect before we go on to the a bit more about the opportunity, the traditional way of kind of earning and the story that pretty much we're all probably used to. We tend to leave school around that sort of 18, so it's 18 now, it was 16 for me, but 18 now, and then perhaps go off to university and then gradually climb the ladder as we go over the years up until we get to our summit before we plummet, and we tend to plummet down at that retirement age, which again is going to be pushed further backwards for most of us. And then we're expected to survive on a pension that is usually a lot less than we were getting paid, and we've got a lot more time to spend that money too, which kind of doesn't work. So what we're hoping to provide you with this evening is an alternative to that. Let me give you some more information. So how do we get paid? We get paid every time people use these essential services. So ask yourself today, have you made a call on a mobile phone? Probably not as many of us have turned the heating on today, but that's a possibility. We've definitely turned some lights on, I'm sure, and we're all using the internet now. So these are all services that everyone uses every day, and we get paid as a consequence of those being used. So how do we earn that money? Well, there's two ways of earning the money. There's upfront income. That upfront income comes to us when we introduce members to the club. The first option, if we just introduce one a month, we could earn £100 up front, and that scales up, as you can see there. So if we have a busy month and we're introducing 6 customers to the club, and they're fully qualified customers, meaning they take all the services that we offer, you can earn up to £2,000 or just over £2,000 in fact in upfront income. But there is another way, and this is the passive income we mentioned, so ongoing income. We receive a growing monthly income from all the customers that you and your team introduce. So there's two ways. There's a way of earning income through gathering customers, but if you choose, there's a way of gathering income through growing a team, because we earn income not just from our own customers, but from our team's customers as well. So that's available to us too. So what does that mean to us, or what could that mean to us? First one, we could get us out of debt. There's a few, certainly myself, would welcome an extra £100 to £300 a month to clear off some of that backlog. But we can move around this quadrant and say perhaps extra income, we move into there, £300 to £500 a month. That could afford us something that we possibly don't get at the moment, maybe a deposit on a house, or save towards that, maybe a car or a holiday maybe that we can't afford at the moment. And then potentially the income can give us some serious choices. So £1,000 to £2,000 a month would be a massive difference for, I know, most households, and potentially even start to replace incomes for some people. Change your lifestyle. I mean, you can see there, it's a complete change in life, change of life if you could earn £5,000 plus per month, which is obtainable through the opportunity that we're presenting tonight. On top of the income that we earn, there's lots of other incentives as well. And those incentives include what you can see on the screen there: cars, holidays, pizzas at Pizza Express, and other things. Lots of fun events put on by the company, hampers and more. So all of these can be earned just by continuously delivering and bringing on new members into the club. So just regular activity on a regular basis, and you could get some of these incentives. And I know Lloyd later in the call is going to introduce you to a few people that have achieved some of these, and get their feedback as to what that's meant to them, and what it can be above and beyond just the income opportunities that are available. So the Discount Club, a little bit more about who we are and what we do. So we're a discount club that can offer phone and broadband services, mobile, energy and insurance. And we're recognised by Which as the best utility provider. So we're really proud of that. What that means is we're the overall winner of the utilities provider, not just individual elements, but the whole thing. And Which in general, you're in it for the right or the wrong reasons. And thankfully, on many occasions, for many different services, we're in it for the right reasons. So a real trusted brand for recommendations. So great to have that backing us up. And we're so proud of the services, and we believe in them, that we'll actually offer a double the difference price promise as well to our members. So if they don't make those savings, then we can offer that double the price promise difference too. So we can really recommend and refer with confidence. There's some unique benefits that we offer. We're replacing the nation's light bulbs at the moment for free. So that's free LED light bulbs, free installation, for life. And that doesn't just, we don't just give you free light bulbs, it actually means you've got lowering your electricity bill. So an energy company that will actually reduce the amount of energy that you spend. 4 million bulbs have been installed so far, so and counting, and that just keeps on adding as we go. There's some other benefits. The Gourmet card. That's a card which enables you to save money when you eat out, and also go to the cinema and other activities as well. It's pre-booked, and you've got to be they've got to be a member of the Gourmet Society, so you can go ahead and make some savings there. And finally, there's the cashback card, which we're really proud of. That enables you to do the shopping that you do anyway, and then benefit by reducing your utility bill as a consequence. And when I say do the shopping you do anyway, hopefully you'll all recognise some of these high street locations. So genuine large outlets that mean you can save money on the day. And just by shopping there, as I say, you probably would anyway, money will come off your utility spend. 3 to 7% is available usually in these locations, depending on the different locations. But there's also a couple of thousand different partners online, which mean you can actually save even more off your cashback as well. So it's a quick summary of those savings, and we've not even looked at your bills yet. So light bulb savings on average, estimated to save around £300 to £500. Then there's the cashback savings, Gourmet savings, which sum up to over £1,000. And then just a reminder, we've not even looked at the bills for the member at that point. So this business is ideal. It's ideal for many different people, and again, Lloyd's going to introduce you to a couple of those people in a while. But it's ideal for anyone, because you can run the business pretty much any time from home. There's no stock to buy. There's no putting electricity in boxes under the stairs and in the cupboard. We don't need to stock up at all. That's all dealt with for us. No experience necessary. We're going to talk to people from different walks of life in a moment, just to illustrate that. And also the real bonus is the willable asset as well. So it's something we can pass on to our family should we leave this world. Risk-free. So if you were to register, I'm sure you'd be thinking this is a lot more expensive to join than £100. But in fact, it's even better than that, because if you're an existing member or you become a member, then you can join for just £50. Fast and easy to register on the apps and process, and then full training is provided to you. Phenomenal training, which gets you up and running and introduces you to other people at the same stage of the business. And once again, we back that up with a money-back guarantee. So if it's not right for you, you can take that option and walk away with a money-back guarantee. I mentioned before, it's for everyone, and here's some examples of the type of professions that have succeeded in the business: teachers, business owners, parents, tradesmen, medical professions, armed forces, everyone. So what we'd like to do now is perhaps ask Lloyd to take control again and maybe introduce you to a couple of people on the call that are examples of that.
Yeah, oh, fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Dave. And I do want to just bring in a couple of people. First of all, if I just find her here is Jenny Gibbs. Jenny, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Lloyd. Hi, good evening.
Fantastic, and we can hear you as well. Do you just want to tell everyone briefly, Jenny, just your background and where you live?
Yes, okay, so I live down in Hampshire, near Southampton, and my background is I'm a physiotherapist, so self-employed, work for myself, not quite full-time, but a lot of the time.
Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic. Yep. And you were introduced to the business by Dave, as it happens. Can I just ask, first of all, what attracted you to the business? Why did you see that as a fit within what you currently do?
Okay, well, I knew about it already because my sister was already on board down in Dorset. So as soon as Dave sort of introduced it to me, I thought, yes, I need it myself, and it's also what I would like to do as a business, because I knew that I needed something that was more sustainable than just exchanging my time for what I earned.
Okay, so we've heard about the training and stuff like that, and obviously being a physiotherapist and stuff like that, not really in line with utilities and stuff like that. So how did you find the training that was provided by Utility Warehouse?
Yeah, no, it was great. I really enjoyed it. And for me, a lot of it is the personal development as well that comes alongside the training. And so the training was great. It was so easy to book on, met some really interesting people, and also the monthly meetings that we have and things. It's just, yeah, it's a really great opportunity to get to know lots of different people.
Brilliant. And I know you're very busy in your main occupation, but you have managed to get out there and see a few people and sign up a few members. How have you found that process?
Yes, I think what's great is with UW is that you're supported through that process. So people are there to help you. Dave is often at the end of the phone, so I ring him and we go onto loudspeaker. So if there's any sort of technical issues or television issues or questions, it's just brilliant because he just comes onto the loudspeaker and we have a three-way conversation. Karen's there as well at the end of the phone if I need her. So you're really supported when you're going out initially to do those first ones.
Okay. So, and final question for you: where do you see your future and Utility Warehouse?
Going forward, so I'm hoping this summer to be able to ease off my physio practice so that I can actually put more time into it and concentrate a bit more. So I'm slow at the moment, but I'm really ready to project myself and move forward with it. So looking forward to that.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Jenny. I do now want to bring in as well, you mentioned as a good segue, Karen. So I do want to bring in Karen and Keith Gaskell. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, yes, got you, Lloyd. Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you guys just want to first of all briefly introduce yourself to everyone?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm obviously Keith, I think.
Karen.
We're almost reaching semi-retirement. I do a part-time job with Utility Warehouse along the side of it. My background is in the automotive industry and leisure. And Karen and I have been together for 20 years. Found this business, or it found us, nearly 8 years ago now.
Okay, fantastic. So you've had lots of sort of fun things from the business. What are some of those things? I know you've been on holidays, you've had cars and stuff with that, Karen. What are some of the things that you've had with the business?
Yes, hi, yeah, I'm Karen Gaskell, and over the time we didn't join knowing that there was sort of all the incentives and things, so they've been a really pleasant addition to earning residual income, and being sort of thanked over and over again for what we do in helping people save money. So over that time, we had an amazing trip to the 2012 Olympics. That was our first promotion that we won, or earned. Yeah, should I say? We didn't win it. You work to get it, but it's wonderful reward. We've had 2 cruises, and they're beautiful luxury 6-star cruises. So they're not a ferry across the channel by any means. They're really, really wonderful. We've been to South Africa. We've been to Paris. We've got Mini. We've just qualified to go to New York and Washington in September. But all these things have happened because we've just been building our business, just helping people save money, make money, help team build their businesses too. So it's kind of like a reward for doing nice things.
Yeah. Fantastic. And I know, Keith, the holiday to the US has particular significance for you. Do you just want to tell everyone about that?
Yes, my youngest daughter lives in Colorado Springs, and so as part of the trip to New York and Washington, we're looking to stay on for a little while longer and to go out to the Midwest and surprise her a little bit as well in September. So very real. That was a boost actually on getting the trip. Although we've done others before, but this, like I said, a little added special bit because I'll only be 1,000 miles away rather than 4,000 miles.
Brilliant, fantastic. Hope you have a good time over there with your youngest. Now, back to you, Karen. You talked about the team. You've got some of your team on the call today, Dave and Jenny and stuff like that. How have you found developing a team, and what are some of the rewards that has brought you?
Oh, actually, it's again part of the kind of hidden unfolding of this business. As you start off, obviously you start off with getting customers, and you don't really know what you're doing, and you begin to learn, and you gradually build up a team. And Dave's been with us for quite some time, and we're good friends. That's what it's brought into our life, really, is some really good friends that we can journey this with. Because the beauty of this business, yes, you're self-employed, you have your own business, and you've got all that autonomy, but you're not alone, and that can sometimes be quite lonely. If any of you out there are self-employed, you'll know what I mean. So in a self-employed business, typically you'll be going by yourself, but of course we're not. We're with people that we know. We begin to build relationships. We share the journey with, the ups and downs of each other's lives sometimes, but it's actually really rewarding, growing that depth of relationships with each other, just having some fun. We come to different events, and it's great. We've met friends that we've been on holidays with, that we wouldn't have met otherwise. They're all around the country. When we meet up at events, they're really, deep relationships. They're not just sort of superficial. So yeah, it brings that side in as well. It's it has lots of elements, this business.
Fantastic. And you guys are, a bit of a way along your journey, starting to build an established business and stuff like that. But finally, just, where do you see the business now going for you for the future?
That's, as I said, we're approaching that semi-retirement period. Both Karen and I have always said we're never going to stop working anyway because we're not that type. But this particular business, it's not like working. We go to events and they turn out, as well as being business events, they're great social events. And as you said, we meet up with friends from all over the country. So we'll never put this business down. I've talked about our youngest being in the States. We've got 4 children altogether, and our wills have already got this business willed equally to our 4 children, which was one of the things in the early days. I looked at it and couldn't quite believe what I was reading when I said that it was a willable asset. You know, it was quite incredible.
Fantastic. Well,
we've just had a power off sign coming. I think we might be losing battery.
No, we're not. No.
So, well, we'll move on quickly. Thank you guys very much, and thank you, Jenny. So there we have it, some real life people who are building the business and what it has mean to them. So, Dave, back to you.
Thank you, Lloyd. So yeah, absolutely. We'll revert back to where we started. So they're the options that we had, or the reasons why we might want an opportunity. And this is the right time to join because, as we stated on the badge there, over 98% of the UK is still available and still hasn't yet joined the club. So we've got a great opportunity to go out there and earn some income and earn those extra opportunities and incentives that we've highlighted during the presentation. So now it's time to ask the question: do you want to get started? So if you've been invited onto the call and you've got any further questions, then clearly the people you need to speak to are those that invited you on the call. But we'd also like you to consider who else you think might be interested as well, because it's not just about yourself. You might have listened to this and thought there might be other people that you know and feel would be see this as an opportunity, and some of the choices and options that we're presenting would be good for them too. So yeah, if you could ask yourself those two questions, get back to the person that's invited you on the call, and onwards from there, we look forward to hearing more about whether you want to join the club.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for Dave. If you're a guest tonight or you're brand new to this, we're here every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. So do join us and tune in next Thursday and invite some people, and let's spread the word about this fantastic business. So thank you once again, Dave, Jenny, Keith and Karen, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Bye.